Well, I'm figuring out, I think, that most people who don't like that I'm here and can't speak French are the older people. Most of the young people don't have a problem with it. They do, again, have the expectation that I don't know how to speak French because I'm from America. Again, not an incorrect assumption, but it's a broad assumption, I think, because I know a lot of people who do speak a second language. Mostly it's not French, it's mostly Spanish because that's the most practical. But I stopped. I'm in the middle of a national, what looks like a national forest. And this is the first place I've seen to eat in like an hour and a half, and I still think I have an hour and a half to 2 hours to get out of the forest. And so I stopped to eat. I couldn't remember the word for sandwich. I think it's pretty close to that. I don't know. But I don't have signal at all, so I couldn't look it up. But when I was in France in 2007, I asked for fromage et jambon all the time. Every lunch, that's what we ate, fromage et jambon. And there were some older men who obviously made fun of me because I said sandwich, because asked if they have sandwiches, and they were kind of glancing over, laughing, and then shyly looking back. So, oh well. Oh, and a large part of the problem was they have a menu up, but because I have no signal, I can't use Google Translate on the picture, and that's how I've been ordering everywhere. But I couldn't use that. I could make out some words, but they didn't have a menu. All of them were like taped down or put down. I couldn't pick them up, and they didn't have one at the desk where I could order, so I could just point. And so the lady understood enough when I said fromage et jambon sandwich. She said okay, and made one for me. But all right, bye. Hey everyone, it's the night of Tuesday the 8th. I'm at the place I'm going to stay at tonight. It's kind of like a hostel, but it's not listed as a hostel. Everyone here is good adults. I mean older adults, as in my age, or middle age, younger. And they have some kids, so it's all ages. But I am staying in a dormitory with 7 other people. Just realized today, pretty dramatically, apparently I've been making a faux pas this whole time. Biking around here, again, huge amount of cyclists. In fact, I'm starting to get a little annoyed how many cyclists, because it's getting in the way, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, tons of young families, like 20-somethings and early 30-somethings, taking their kids out, having trolleys with babies in the back. Tons of them. I mean, it's I remember there a long time ago when they said, oh, it must be something in the wine that keeps the French so healthy because their diet isn't so good. But these people are always active. At least every path I'm on, no matter how remote, there's people on it. And so incredibly active community or people. So that's my thoughts on that. But the faux pas I've been making is, apparently I'm supposed to have a little bell on my bike. And whenever I pass anyone, a pedestrian or a bike, it's supposed to ding the bell. I've been saying hello, or gosh, it's escaping me now, the French word for that, bonjour. I've been yelling it at least 2-3 meters, which is about 6 to 9 feet ahead of before I arrived at them, and I slow down, I say bonjour really loud. And today I approached these 3 older women, look like they're in their late 60s, 70s, and they were in the middle of the path, wouldn't move, and I stopped about a meter and a half, which is 3 to 5 feet away from them, unclipped, and the unclipping of my shoe scared them. And they started just yelling at me, all 3 in French, and I couldn't understand any of it. And I said finally, no français, and the one who could speak English said, "You don't have a bell?" And I said, "No, we don't. No one uses them in the States." And she was like, "Oh, no, 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 no," and started just trying to shame me and saying how bad that is. And then I came another writer who's in his early 30s from Spain is here for a couple weeks, and he and I talked quite a bit while cycling, and he was he brought a bell because he knew, but he said, "Yeah, we don't use bells." Sorry, someone came up. So yeah, the Spanish young guy was saying, yeah, he knew, and he brought a little bell, but in Spain he doesn't use a bell. So he brought it specifically for France. So apparently, the 27-year road cyclist in me is just fighting that. That is so considered wussy and sissy. Just pay attention to your environment. And when you're approaching, I always say, on your left, on your right, bonjour, kind of, and I slow down, and yeah. But when in Rome, so as soon as I get to a town big enough with a bike shop, I'll find a bell. It really bothers me. Anyway, it shouldn't, but oh well. And my Garmin didn't work today. Every 15 minutes it would shut down and restart, and so I have no idea how far I went. I went at least 100 kilometers, probably further because I biked about 7 hours. So alrighty guys, talk to you later. Bye.